नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू माइंड्स ऑफ यूपीएससी। आज हम कवर कर रहे हैं फंडामेंटल राइट्स। इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के अंदर फंडामेंटल राइट्स की बात करें तो आपको आर्टिकल 12 से 35 देखने को मिलेगा। अगर ये बात करें कि कौन से पार्ट में इंक्लूड है तो इट इज़ इंक्लूडेड इन द पार्ट 3 ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। स्टार्ट करें राइट टू इक्वलिटी। अगर बात करें फंडामेंटल राइट तो देखिए आपको मेनली 6 फंडामेंटल राइट्स के अंदर इसे डिवाइड किया गया है। ब्रॉड कैटेगरी आपको 6 देखने को मिलेगी। एक बार ब्रॉड कैटेगरी देख लेते हैं। राइट टू इक्वलिटी, सेकंड है राइट टू फ्रीडम, थर्ड है राइट अगेंस्ट एक्सप्लॉयटेशन, फोर्थ है राइट टू फ्रीडम ऑफ रिलीजन, लास्ट फिफ्थ है आपको कल्चरल एंड एजुकेशनल राइट्स मिलेगा। देन सिक्स्थ है राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज़। अगर बात करें राइट टू इक्वलिटी के अंदर तो ये आर्टिकल 14 से 18 तक आपको प्रेजेंट मिलेगा। 14 के अंदर बात करें तो आर्टिकल 14 इट गारंटीज इक्वलिटी बिफोर लॉ एंड इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉ। वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बहुत बार आपने नाम सुना इक्वलिटी बिफोर लॉ। यूपीएससी हैज़ ऑलरेडी आस्क्ड क्वेश्चन एज वेल। इक्वलिटी बिफोर लॉ का मीनिंग क्या होता है, इक्वल प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ लॉ का मीनिंग क्या होता है, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए। मूविंग फर्दर, आर्टिकल 15 टॉक्स अबाउट प्रोहिबिशन ऑफ डिस्क्रिमिनेशन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, रेस, कास्ट, सेक्स और प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ। लेट अस अगेन सी रिलीजन, रेस, कास्ट, सेक्स एंड प्लेस ऑफ बर्थ। RRCSPB. You can also remember by any other mnemonym if you want to, if you have already. Otherwise, you must have to remember RR, CS and PB. Let us move further. Article 16. It talks about ensuring equal opportunity in matter of public employment. You must have remember the reservation for SC/ST communities and OBC as well. The reservation has been provided under Article 16. Moving further, let us see Article 17. It abolishes untouchability and forbids its practice in any form. You cannot practice untouchability because it has been abolished and forbidden by the Indian Constitution. Moving further, Article 18, it abolished title except military or academic distinction. Military means colonel, deputy colonel, or academic means the tag of doctor before your name. For example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Let us see right to freedom. It includes Article 19 to 22. Article 19 to 22. Article 19 talks about freedom to citizens. It grants 6 freedom. Freedom of speech and expression in Article 19A. Article 19B talks about freedom to assemble peacefully. C talks about freedom to form association and or union. D talks about freedom to move freely throughout India. E talks about freedom to reside anywhere in India. F talks about freedom to practice any profession or occupation. Let us start. First, if you are person A, first you will speak or you speak right to speech and expression. Then if you want to form a group, you will form group of 3 to 4 people, whatever you can say. It is known as assemble. So you have the freedom to assemble. Then after assembling, you want to make it a union or a association and you register it with the government, or you can form any NGO, you can say. So after speech and expression, you assemble, and after that you form a union. After forming all this, you want to move freely in India from one place to another so that you can have your you can attend your meeting of various branches of your union. So D talks about moving freely from one place to another throughout the India. After that, you went to a place, but you reach there at evening or in night. So you want to stay there for one night, or you want to stay there for more days. So you can reside anywhere in India. It is included in Article 19 subclause E. Then you have resided there, then you want to have some really some profession there, so that you can earn some money there. So freedom to practice any profession or occupation. A, B, C, D, E, F. You are remembering all the 6 subclause of Article 19. Let us move further. Article 20. Article 20 talks about protection in respect of conviction for offences. No ex post facto law, no double jeopardy, no self incrimination. These three terms you must have to remember. Basically talks about conviction for offense. If you have performed any offense, what about conviction? It has provided for all the information related to it. Mainly it deals with protection with respect to conviction for offense. No ex post facto law. If you have committed crime on 12 February and a new law has been constituted on 14th of Feb, you would not be punished for your crime which you have committed on 12 February, because no ex post facto law has been allowed. Also, no double jeopardy. If you have already uh, spent your time in jail during the trial at for sale, let's say you have uh, spent time in jail for 6 months, and after trial, after conviction, you have acquitted, you have what we can say, you got jail for 6 months, but you have already spent 6 months in the jail. So no double jeopardy will be allowed. Means for the same crime you will not be punished twice. No self incrimination. It means you cannot become evidence for your own self. You cannot say that I have committed a crime. Some other evidence is also required. So no self incrimination under Article 20. Moving further, Article 21, one of the important article, protection of life and personal liberty. One of the important one, protection of life and personal liberty. No person shall be deprived of life or personal liberty except by procedure established by law. Article 21 has been amended many a time, and one of the time it has added Article 21A, right to free and compulsory education for children age 6 to 14 years. You must have to remember children from 6 to 14 years. Free and compulsory education. Moving further, Article 22 talks about protection against arbitrary arrest and detention. Also include preventive detention safeguards. What are the safeguards that has been provided under preventive detention? It has been mentioned in Article 22. So you have to compare Article 20 with 22. 20 talks about in respect of conviction for offense. Convicted, if you are convicted, that then it provides protection with respect to it. If you are not convicted and before arrest or after arrest, what are the protection you have been provided by our constitution has been mentioned under Article 22. Let us see right against exploitation, Article 23 and 24. 23 talks about prohibits human trafficking, forced labor and begar. Again, human trafficking, forced labor and begar. Article 24 talks about private employment of children below 14 years of age in hazardous industry. For example, chemical industry, or you can say exploit explosive industry, cracker industry. Such employment has been prohibited. Although children can participate in non-hazardous industries or jobs like, for example, acting. You must have seen child artist on various TV serials. Let us move further. Fourth, right to freedom of religion. It covers from Article 25 to 28. Article 25 talks about freedom of conscience and right to freely profess, practice, and propagate your religion. You can freely profess, practice, and propagate religion. Article 25. Article 26 talks about freedom to manage religious affairs. Okay, you can manage your own religious affairs. Article 27 talks about no person shall be compelled to pay any taxes for promotion of any religion. You cannot compelled to pay any taxes for promotion of any religion. Article 28 talks about prohibits religious instruction in educational institution wholly funded by the state. If some institution has been wholly funded by the state, for example any central university which has been funded 100% by the central government or state government, you cannot do religious instruction in such institution. It has been prohibited under Article 28. Moving further, Article 29 to 30, it talks about rights of minorities, mainly cultural and educational rights. Let us see Article 29. Protection of interest of minorities to conserve their language, script and culture. Again, it has been provided to minorities to protect, to conserve their language, script and culture. If you are Jain and you want to protect your language, script and culture, you can have a protection under Article 29. Moving further, Article 30 talks about right of minorities to establish and administer educational institution. Right of minorities to establish and administer their educational institution. Article 30. Moving further, right to constitutional remedies. Article 32. One of the most important article has according to Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Let us see Article 32. Provide the right to move the Supreme Court for enforcement of fundamental rights. For again, it provides the right to move to Supreme Court for enforcement of the fundamental right. This include issuance of rights like habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, and quo warranto. Again, there are 5 writs. Habeas corpus. You must have to remember all the 5 writs. What are the meaning? Habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto. Habeas corpus means you have to present the body. Pesh karo. It means pesh karo. Habeas corpus. You have to present the corp. You have to present the body before the court. Mandamus means mandatory. You must have to perform some mandatory duty because you are possessing some office. It is mainly for official purpose or you can say government employee. Prohibition means court, high court, supreme court is prohibiting you from performing any particular duty. Certiorari, it means to be informed of. For example, generally higher court, uh, let's say supreme court or high court, ask for record of case from lower court to review the particular case because they find that the particular decision of lower court or tribunal has not been proper, so they issue certiorari. After that, quo warranto means by what authority. For example, a particular office has issued some case or some laws regarding a particular section, so they generally they may issue by what authority you have issued such doctrine or laws. Okay. Article 32 has been referred as the heart and soul of Constitution by B.R. Ambedkar. Okay, you must have to remember Article 32. The same, the right to issue writ has been provided to High Court as well. Here the Supreme Court can issue the writ. High Court can also issue writ under Article 226. You must have to remember Article 32 and 226 in they are both are in parallel nature, one of Supreme Court, other of High Court. This is all for today. Let us again revise. Article 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 are the part of right to equality because it provides equality before law. Article 19, 20, 21, 22, it talks about freedom. What are the freedom that has been provided by Constitution has been mentioned under these 4 articles. Moving further, right against exploitation, prevention of trafficking, forced labor, beggar, as well as prevention of employment of children below 14 age in hazardous industries. Moving further, freedom of religion, Article 25 to 28, 25, 26, 27, 28. These 4 important articles especially related to freedom of religion. Then minorities have been provided few rights under Article 29 and 30. They are mainly cultural and educational right. For example, 29 talks about protection of their culture, conservation of their culture, language and script. Educational right has been mentioned under Article 30. Minorities can establish and administer their educational institution. Okay. Moving further, Article 6 talks about right to constitutional remedies. Article 30, part, or we can say broad category 6 talks about right to constitutional remedy, which has been mentioned under Article 32. There are 5 writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, certiorari, quo warranto. It has been referred as heart and soul of Constitution by B.R. Ambedkar. The power of issuing of writ by High Court has been mentioned under Article 20 to 26. This is all for today. Thank you.